What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. This time I am focusing on our boy DSP and his podcast, where he decides he feels like shitting on SnowKarl. Now you would think Phil would be nicer to someone that actually spends the time to come to his crappy podcast, right? Spends money, tipping him, super chatting him, and stuff like that, memberships. You would think he'd be nicer to him. And of course he's not. He's picked him recently to just crap all over him. To the point now where he's using him in this segment where he likes to basically crap on his questions. So let's get into it.
He did the $1.50, and ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a segment of the show that I like to call, "What the hell is SnowKarl asking today?" Here we go. So SnowKarl, I'll read it word for word, and then I'll answer it with the most simple answer that anyone with a brain could figure out. You ready? Can't wait. SnowKarl's first question. If you remember back on Twitch, you had an 8-ball command, which was free of charge, and anyone could ask 8-ball a question in the chat. Would you consider re-adding this for chat as a way to keep 8-ball in people's mind for questions for the in real life 8-ball? Oh, you're absolutely right, Plum Girl. I screwed up. She said you pressed the wrong button. The segment is supposed to be called, "What is SnowKarl asking today?" That's the correct button to push for that. Okay, thank you. Thank you for reminding me, Plum Girl. Very nice. Okay, so, here's the thing. Number one. That 8-ball command worked on Twitch, and I believe that had something to do with the bot that we had set up at that time, correct?
No, moron. It's set up through either your Stream Elements or your Streamlabs. I have it set up on my podcast. So anybody that wants to ask a question, they hit !8 ball and then ask the question, and it comes up with a random question, a random answer. It's not hard, Phil. And you're sitting here lying because I know, and you'll get into it. I'll get into it once he hits that point.
Since I moved from Twitch to YouTube, I tried to transition over as much as I possibly could. However, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not set up that bot. That was actually one of my former moderators many years ago who set up that part of the bot, not
Yes, we all know that because you're just a stupid invalid.
me. I actually don't know how to set up chat commands with multiple choice things and stuff like that. Like, I can set up a simple chat command. So, for example, if you want to post up questions for the next Ask the King Q&A show, which is the Thanksgiving special, you can type !Ask the King into the chat right now. The link will pop up. You click on it. It takes you to my forums on dspgaming.com. You can post up your questions. That easy stuff I know how to do. I don't know how to do the quantifiable random choice shit. Like, if you type !8 ball, I don't know how to get it to randomly select one of 10 choices and toss it out there. I don't know how to do that, okay? Like I said, a former moderator, I believe it was Popsicolo, actually, knew how to do that stuff because he dabbled with that stuff behind the scenes. And he set that up for me. But when I left Twitch, I lost all that's gone. That was the old setup for Twitch. When we moved to YouTube, I did as much as I could myself, but I don't have that anymore. So number one, I don't have the means to do it because I don't understand it. Now I'm not...
Because you're a moron and you fail to just do a simple search. Now, I'm going to show you guys real easy. Hopefully I can. Let's see if I can. Okay. Alrighty, here you go. And actually, let me scooch over to... No, I'll stay right here, right? So here you go. You guys can see my Streamlabs. You see my volumes. You can see my stream, right? So this is what I'm going to do. So all you need to do is go into... Hold on. Let me open up the right one. Okay, here you go. Okay. So, he uses Stream Elements, which essentially is the same thing as Streamlabs, right? Okay, so commands. Let me find it. Where is it? Giveaways, betting, poll, store, loyalty, queue, quotes, timer, command, modules. Here it is. Here it is. Slot minigame, 8 ball, right? You turn it on, you click on preferences, and then you just add a message for each response, and it does a random. It basically, like for mine, I think I have 6 or 7, and when you ask it a question, it just randomly selects one of these. It is that simple. You don't have to do anything special. It doesn't take a wizard, an internet wizard to do this. It's very simple, and Stream Elements is exactly the same way. It's essentially you find it, you click it, and you add it. It's that simple. Okay, that's the PSA for today. Let's go back to the video.
It's not saying I could never do it. I'm just saying that just means I don't understand it, all right? But here's the other half of this equation, okay? So you tip me $8 or more, you ask the 8 ball a question. I shake the 8 ball up, we answer it live. So you got my attention, we interacted live on the stream, you know, in conjunction with a contribution. That's the whole point. You contribute, you get a reward live on stream. It's part.
Alright, now we got it. Now we have the real answer. It's not that he doesn't know, it's not that he doesn't want to do it, it's not that he's too lazy to do it. It's essentially he wants to nickel and dime his DentHeads for every single penny he can. And that's why he's doing it this way.
Part of the interactive experience, okay? Don't you think that if there is a second 8 ball in the chat that's free, all right, that would take away from the experience of having the live interactive 8 ball? Why do we need 2 8 balls?
It's easy. If you do a command prompt with your 8 ball, right, you can set up 2 or 3 answers, very generic answers. And one of those answers can be, oh, hey, you should ask Phil's 8 ball. So you would randomly get that. And in the person that asked the question, maybe they'll say to themselves, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I should ask Phil. Let me tip him $8 so that he can ask his 8 ball. That's the reason why you do it. That's all it is. It's not that difficult. So you allow people to play that maybe not want to contribute, $8 to ask you an 8 ball question. They can still do an 8 ball, and you just do a random yes or no, and then maybe the third option is, why don't you ask Phil, or why don't you give Phil $8 and whatever you want to say. And that way it's funny. People get a laugh. They'll see it in chat, and they may say to themselves, oh, I'm going to give him $8 so that I can ask him an 8 ball question. It's that, and that's why you do it, Phil. I mean, you should do it for free. I mean, I have mine set up and anyone can ask. It's part of my stream that I allow. It's a command prompt that when someone says exclamation point 8 ball and ask a question, it answers. I don't need to charge anyone $8, for a stupid 8 ball gimmick.
Right? That's like saying, okay, so if we hit $100 in tips today, I put on a hat in real life on the stream, but if you just spam a command in chat, there's 10 emotes of me already wearing hats in the chat for free. Do you not see how that's counterproductive? Do you not see how you're fighting yourself and you're shooting yourself in the foot?
No, moron. You're shooting yourself in the foot because you're nickel and diming your DentHeads for everything. You should do this for free. You should consider maybe once in a while, Phil, doing something for your DentHeads for free. Just because it's just like those stupid lures, where you spent $10 on lures and got a bunch of free ones, and then you bitch that no, you can't hit the $100 tip goal and put a lure on. How about you do something for free? This 8 ball thing would have been nice to do it for free. Do it for free for a couple weeks. People would have asked questions. People would have asked questions, and then maybe change it. People get it, like it. It becomes part of the stream, and then maybe you change it. And what you should do is, if you are going to charge, you should do it for everything. If it's a member purchase, becoming a member. If it's a super chat, if it's a super sticker, if it's a tip, whatever it is, you should do it. But I know you want to incentivize people to tip you because you need that liquidity so that you can spend your nights playing WWE Champions. We get it, Phil.
You understand? Again, this is like common sense. Plus, isn't it better to have the actual streamer pick up an 8 ball and answer your question live and have a silly reaction as opposed to just a virtual one with a bot. Oh, by the way, but when we used to have that bot, it used to be spammed constantly.
You can put a global cooldown for you based on user, or you can do it just globally. Pretty much all of the command prompts have it. I do it where I allow my people that watch my streams, I allow them to hit command prompts for sound bites and stuff like that. And I essentially have a global cooldown for all of them so that it's not spammed. It's pretty easy, Phil.
People used to spam the shit out of it, and half the chat would be 8-ball, 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 and like, what the fuck? And then the moderators always had to come in and say, okay, stop spamming the 8-ball command. It's annoying.
God, you're such an invalid. Anyway, alright, that's the video, pimps. Chat with you later. Peace out.